So as you follow along to this routine, all our sticks that we use are color coded. And if you buy yours off of Amazon or Temu or wherever you buy your tools, if you bought the same ones, they obviously don't come color coded. So I'm just gonna show you and explain which are which, just so that you know. So we don't use these first two because they're too big to use for anything, so you can just set those aside, because in most of my videos, we don't use them. And so you're left with these. So in this order, you can look, and it basically goes in this order from biggest to smallest: green, blue, white, yellow, pink, and black, down to the smallest one. So for today's wine glass, I'll be using this color palette, and here are the colors I used. So you want to make sure that all of these are a multi-surface paint, or after you bake it in the oven, it's not going to stay on. So for A, I used Deco Art Americana multi-surface cotton ball color. B is Dolphin. C is Sky Blue. D is Turquoise Waters. E is True Blue. And F is Iris. Okay, are we ready to get started on the wine glass? Yep. Okay, so first step, we're gonna need the pink stick, and you're gonna open up to paint color C. Okay, and you're gonna put dots right above that red line that we have, but you're not just gonna dot, dot, dot all the way around, because if you get an odd number of dots, and later on when we place dots like in between, it'll throw it off and it's not gonna be like symmetrical. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna place one dot and then come to the other side of the wine glass and try and put it right across from it.
You're using C.
Yes. C. And then once you have those two dots, you're gonna try and find the center of those and put it like that. And then on the other side, the same thing. Okay, once you have these 4 dots, you're gonna go in between and place dots in between those 4. And then you should be able to squeeze one more dot in between those gaps.
I think I'll turn myself off.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the little yellow stick. I'm sorry. The little black stick. The little black stick used to be the little yellow stick, so. With paint color B.
B?
Yes. And we're gonna put it in between the blue ones, but kind of above. You see that?
So this is B?
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly, bigger end with paint color A, and we're gonna do the same thing, putting them above but in between the gray dots, or my gray dots. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the yellow stick, yellow stick with paint color D, and we're gonna come back to the blue dots, or my blue dots, and we're gonna put it in between, but below, I guess you could say, the blue ones. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the yellow stick again with paint color F. And we're gonna do the same thing, but now we're gonna put it, when we put it in between, but below, we're gonna skip a gap. So yeah, every other one. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly with paint color E.
Which color?
E. And we're gonna walk the dots. So bigger end for this first dot, and then you'll switch to the smaller end to walk the dots around.
Oh, we turn it there.
Okay, next step, we're gonna need the white twirly again with paint color A, and we're gonna walk the dots again. So using the bigger end for that first dot, and then
What we do?
switching to the smaller end to walk the dots. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly again with paint color B, and we're gonna walk the dots again, except this time you're not gonna switch to the smaller end, but you're gonna walk the dots with the bigger end.
So dot and then dip and finish? Do we do the dip first,
So-
first dot and then?
So dip, make the first dot, re-dip, and then walk the dots.
I didn't ask that question.
Next step, we're gonna take the white twirly with paint color D, and we're gonna use the bigger end. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start between the first and the second dots of the walking the dots. And we're gonna swoosh down.
Between the big dots. You might be on the top.
You go right beside the thumb arm, right down.
This little
Down.
really good at it. It's not.
You drag it.
The dragon. I'm not drawing very well.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly, bigger end with paint color E. And we're gonna start here in between, and we're gonna walk the dots straight out. And you're gonna do 6 dots straight out.
Big side?
Yes.
With a different color.
She dips it.
Use D on that. First.
Where did it go?
So yellow stick with paint color F. And we're gonna put a dot right above these that we just did, like that. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly with paint color C and we're gonna walk the dots. Yes, so big end for this first dot and then you'll switch to the smaller end to walk the dots around.
And what color is this?
C. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly again with paint color A. And we're gonna walk the dots again. So bigger end for that first dot and then smaller end to walk the dots. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the blue twirly with paint color B. And we're gonna walk the dots, but we're gonna do them like halfway. So we're only gonna do one side, see? Not the other side. Yeah. So. Okay, see how I didn't do this side? I just did one side? Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do.
Twice on one side?
So yeah, we're just doing one. So here, let me show you. So blue twirly, bigger end. You're gonna place that first dot, and you're also gonna walk with the bigger end. And you're just gonna do one side. You're not gonna do the other side. And do the same side all throughout. Don't switch sides.
you started your second row?
Yes.
Same.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Just,
Watching her do.
Once you're done, you can make one more. So like 3 layers.
Oh, 3 layers.
Yeah.
Same color, same.
Yeah, so blue twirly bigger end, and you're gonna do the same thing, just making 3 layers.
Blue twirly bigger end.
Same colors.
Okay, so next step, you have 2 options how you want to fill up this little space here. So you can either do hearts or you can do almost, it looks like seashells. So I'll show you on a piece of paper what both of those look like. So seashells would look something like this. Something like that. Or you can make a heart where you would take the little yellow stick, make 2 dots somewhat close to each other, and then kind of draw out a heart.
Do one of each.
I mean, you could, but I think it'd be better just to choose one.
Just choosing one of the other?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind are we using?
You can, I guess you can use any color, but I will be using color D.
D.
So you're gonna put them basically right in between, like that.
Okay, got it.
Green, one green one, and then one.
Oh, it might not come out. All right. Wish me luck.
The big end or the short?
So a bigger end for that first one, and then you'll use the smaller end for the other ones. Okay, so next step, we're gonna do this little design at the bottom. So we're gonna take the yellow stick with paint color C, and you're just gonna place a dot somewhere in the middle, kind of.
Find your good side.
Next, we're gonna take the yellow twirly bigger end with paint color F. And we're gonna place one dot and then one dot right across from it. And then you're gonna try and find the center of those two and place it to the side like that. And then one dot across from that. And then once you have those 4 dots, you're gonna place one in between those. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the little end of the yellow twirly with paint color A, and we're gonna place a little dot in between those. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the little black stick with paint color B, and we're gonna put it above those little white ones, or the little dots we just made. We're gonna take the pink twirly bigger end with paint color D, and we're gonna place a little dot above like that. Okay, and last step, almost done. We're gonna take the pink twirly smaller end with paint color E, and you're gonna do little drags. Smaller end.
Swish.
And we're done.